Good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Annie and today we are sitting in my reading corner. So this week, continuing with the theme of cleaning up and organizing my house, I decided to tackle my reading corner. It was a bit of a mess. I'll show you a video of what it looked like before, and it just had a lot of clutter of extra things. Not only is it very limited space because I live in a very small studio, so it's only one shelf, but on top of that it had so many extra things that did not belong in there. So I went through it all, took it all out, cleaned it up, and then organized it. It still looks a little bit stuffed in there, but it's a little better. At least for me, it makes me feel like I can actually see all the books that I have and I can reach for it. Most of the books that I have are books that I haven't read. I actually had a beautiful big collection of over 400 books at one point, but unfortunately I had to move, so most of those books ended up, I ended up dividing it with my friends, family members, and then giving some to the library. So I kept the ones that I truly wanted to read. So basically my entire bookshelf is my physical TBR. But yes, I am very happy with the way they look. So basically, just to show you a little bit of how I organize it, the first row on top is the books that I actually have started at some point this year. So I'm like either 2-3 chapters in. Some of them I'm actually over halfway in. So I'm trying to finish those. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it all before the end of the year because we only got like 2.5 more weeks. I will try to finish a lot of those. So to show you a little up close, this is the shelf that I was talking about that has a lot of books that I either started or definitely want to read in December. Obviously, I have A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I've been promising myself to read that on Christmas for the last couple years, so I want this to be the year that I do that. And then I have the holiday swap that came on Book of the Month box, I think last year at some point, and I want to read that as well. And then the ones in between, like I say, I have started, I have read some of it, I want to be able to finish. And then coming down, this is my mostly fantasy bookshelf. I have Iron Flame and Fourth Wind. I need to switch those. I put them backwards, but I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I started that one, but I couldn't get into it at the time that I started reading it. So I want to give it another chance and try to do that again. Babel, the Illuminate series, and then some of these are obviously not fantasy. I believe this is a thriller, and it's just some literature books, but obviously, like I mentioned, I have a very limited space, so I'm trying to fit everything in here. And then coming down, this is mostly my classics are in this corner. They go all the way to the back. So these are the classics that I obviously want to read. And then we have some romance and more literature here. And these two are nonfiction. And then my bottom shelf, it's a little bit more eclectic. So I have my Game of Thrones series down there. It didn't fit obviously on my fantasy shelf on top, so that's why it's down there. And then I have a couple Bibles, and then in here, these are all my nonfiction biography. And I love to read travel books, so I have a few of those in there. But yeah, so basically this is my shelf, and the goal is to read as many of this as I can this upcoming year. So there you have it. That's my little bookshelf, my reading corner. And the goal for this year this upcoming year is to read as many of the physical TBR that I have as possible. I want to be able to only keep the books that I truly love and have a very curated collection since my space is so limited. So my goal is to, as I start reading them, if it's something that I will feel happy rereading again, then I'm keeping. If it is something that, yeah, it was great, or I enjoy it, it was entertaining, but I won't reread, then I either donate it to some of my friends or give it to the library. Thankfully, I have a lot of reader friends. My best friend is a huge reader, so she's always my first option when it comes to sending her books, so that's perfect. But well, in case she has it or she doesn't want it, I'll definitely send it to the library so somebody can find a better home. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I will respond to it. I would love to create a community where we all inspire each other and be able to keep each other not only accountable but inspired to do more, to do better, and yeah, that's my goal. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.